Hello, and welcome. I have finished The Need Abroad a while ago, and I just now realized that there's a lot more content of them doing, interviews together and just promoting it and all that, and you know what? We're gonna watch one because I just loved it so much, and seeing them together is fun. So, Karl Pilkington and Warwick Davis talk about traveling the world together on Sunday Brunch, a show I have never seen or heard about until now.
Anyone who hasn't seen Idiot Abroad 3, what's the concept behind it?
Me and Karl going on a bit of a trip together, halfway around the world, actually recreating the route that Marco Polo took. It took him, how long did it take him? A few years.
Asking
3 years,
Karl.
It took us 5 weeks.
He went with his dad and his brother. I went with him. But we weren't, it wasn't like a big idea. You sort of say it like as if we sat in a meeting room going, what we're going to do, what we're going to see. I wanted Richey to go with me. Honestly, that's for the last one, because it is the last one. I'm not doing it anymore. So it's like,
why are you
that
not
was the
doing
last
anymore?
one. 'Cause I've seen a lot of the world now, and you can't keep seeing the same thing, can you? So I've seen a lot of the world, so I wanted to take him with me, or Steve, just to see how they could handle it. And it was like, so I said it'd be good to have some company. And then apparently Warwick mentioned it when he was on Life's Too Short, saying...
The way he's pointing at him like, this guy. They did not like each other, did they?
And apparently Warwick mentioned it when he was on Life's Too Short, saying, I'd love to travel the world, and I ended up...
Hang on, don't sound like you're lumbered with it.
Well, I kind of was, but I enjoyed it. It was good having the company and what have you, but that's how it happened.
Do you actually like each other?
I like anyone. I get on with anyone.
Did you know each other a lot before?
No. And that was part of the problem. You go away with somebody and you sort of push together
Clash.
like that. It was, we had our differences, didn't we?
But the nature of kind of the first two series when it's just you though, Karl, because of that honesty.
What?
But the nature of kind of the first two series when it's just you though, Karl, because of that honesty that everyone likes about you, then.
I'm trying to see if I can process what he said, but I can't. It wasn't even an accent issue. I don't know what happened. Either my brain shuts off when he speaks or he mumbled or something. I don't know what happened. But I didn't get it.
The nature of kind of the first two series when it's just you though, Karl, because of that honesty that everyone likes about you, then that's something you wanted to see as well, wasn't it? That development of that. When you were knowing each other, then that's...
And he kept falling into the trap that all these people do when they do travel programmes. They don't think what they're saying. They can't, because a lot of the world is pretty horrible. And you never... I met Palin recently, and he sort of agreed with me that a lot of it is not very nice. This country's pretty good. But you sort of slipped into saying, oh, isn't it majestic?
Why is that so annoying?
Because you would never use that word normally, but suddenly a camera's on you, you're out in the middle of nowhere, oh, isn't it majestic? It's like you were waiting for your chance to say majestic.
What I like about Karl is he sums up travel for me. When he says on their shows, I don't want to go and see tourist attractions because they're rubbish. And same with me, I was in New York, I didn't want to go to the Empire State Building, I had to do it for my children. Boring.
You see, the problem
horrendous.
is, those things are really good, but as soon as they become popular, they're horrible.
Well, it's the queuing.
Yeah.
The economics,
just pushing,
economics
shoving
don't
around.
work. You queue for 2 hours for 30 seconds worth of wow.
I think they should quiz people. Before they go in, they should say, how much do you know about this thing you're queuing up for? And if you can't answer the questions, they go, you're not going in then. Because they ruin it for
You'd
people
never
who do
go
answer
anywhere
it.
then.
That's the problem. People are queuing up, they don't even know what they're queuing for.
Yeah.
So, that's what I do.
That's what they should do with the general election as well. Stand outside. Do you know anything about this? No, we'll go on.
It's true.
So did you find that you wanted to go and see all the sites and he was trying to stop you seeing the sites?
Oh, absolutely. He wanted to divert and see kind of, odd things. Where I was, I was a little bit touristy, to be honest. I wanted it when we went to Venice at the very beginning of the series. I wanted to see the art galleries and the things that you do when you go to Venice. Go on a gondola.
Have you been to the art galleries in London?
No.
Right, there you go then. So why do it there? This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. People do things when they're on holiday that they don't do when we've got amazing stuff in London.
Yeah, but isn't that why you do it, though? Isn't that why you go on holiday? So you do different things?
No, well, it used to be to get away from it all, but now, because of phones and everything, everyone can get hold of you. It's like you're away from home, but you're just in a different bed. Everything else carries on. You've still got mates calling you, or you're still hearing about problems at home.
I spent 5 weeks dealing with this. I don't know how I'm still so sane.
Did you start by finding it funny and then by the end go, oh?
Yeah, I mean, Karl will always make me laugh, honestly. And so we were in some pretty extreme situations
times
at times,
when we were a
weren't
bit
we?
fed up with each other.
But
Over
over that
5 weeks with anyone.
Yes.
I can't think of anybody in the entire world I would want to spend 5 solid weeks with.
Yeah.
Except you, Tim, obviously.
Come
You know
on,
what I mean? Yeah, apart from you.
And Harry Styles.
Yeah, obviously, and Harry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But over the whole series,
Why
you
hairstyle?
definitely see a development in our relationship, don't you? We start off kind of getting on each other's nerves and finish off
Getting on each
getting on
other.
each other's nerves.
All right, give us a tip then. You've travelled so much now. Give us some travelling tips.
Toilet
Have you
paper.
got any? What about?
Check
Little
the toilets.
treats, I think you should take with you. Anything that, if you're having a low moment, you know, I took crisps with me, or little cola cubes. I had a bag of them when I was in Japan. Just something that, and honestly, I
I love the
needed
idea
in
that you're
Japan.
travelling and you think, oh, it might be some terrible moments. I'll take some.
I remember waking
What
up
are
because I didn't
those?
sleep well in Japan because you sleep on a floor, and they kept having sort of little tremors. So I was waking up trembling and what have you. And I don't like fish. And yeah, I remember waking up about 3 in the morning eating cola cubes, just thinking, what am I doing?
What are those?
You know, I should be really enjoying this experience. But a lot of it, you know, jet lag. You know, you were saying you didn't suffer with. It was you, wasn't it? Who was talking before?
No, Ben.
Oh, it was Ben.
Ben,
Ben
yeah.
was saying about, you know, he didn't suffer with jet lag. When you start going over to sort of China and that side of the world, where Japan and all that, jet lag is terrible. You know, so not only that's what people forget. They sort of go, oh, I can't be doing with Karl. He's always moaning, but they don't see that. You know, they're only seeing 40-odd minutes, and we're away for a long time, and you're not eating properly, you're not sleeping. I'm missing home because I like being at home, and that's, you know.
Sorry.
He totally got into the wrong career for somebody that likes to be home. He did all of An Idiot Abroad, then he did The Moaning of Life, and then I don't know if he did anything else, but he spent years not being at home. Okay.
Do you think expectations of when you're doing when you're a
Anything.
tourist, you're travelling, they sort of ridiculously low expectations for? I always think this when people go to the theatre, they watch rubbish and go, "It's brilliant," and they laugh at things you would never laugh at in
It's
real
because
life.
they've paid, though, isn't it? They've built
Yes.
themselves up
Yeah.
so much that I've got to enjoy this because it's cost me money.
So you look at
They convince
sunsets in
themselves.
India and go, "That is is that him?"
It was majestic. It wasn't
I
amazing.
said to
It was
him, I
majestic.
said, it's the same sun, Warwick. It's the same one. Get up early at home. Have a
No,
look at it.
oh, come on. The sunrise over.
Dude, there was one when they were on the river. I don't remember what river. Not the River of Styx, but a famous river. And they got up at a ridiculous hour to watch the sunrise, and it was horrible. And he was saying it was majestic. It was like the worst sunrise I've ever seen. It was just gray. It was awful. And yeah, Warwick was just like, oh yeah, majestic. This is amazing. And the funny thing was, Karl was just like, nah, man, this is shite. And I'm with Karl. Also, I do not, personally, I do not agree if I spend money on it. I build myself up to enjoy it, even if I wouldn't, if it were free or whatever. Nah. If I go to the movies and I pay the ticket to see a movie and it's trash, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna stay just because I paid. I'm just not gonna waste all of my time there. Or food, if it's extra expensive and it's just absolute crap. The fact that I put money down doesn't mean it's better. That just makes it worse. I'm mad I spent so much on something that is that bad. So I don't know.
Brighton is not the same as the sunrise over the Ganges.
It's still a good
That's
sunrise.
the
Is a
one.
good sunrise.
You know, I
beautiful.
take that. Yeah, it is a good sun. But there, it's something to behold, and
Quality
something
of
to
life,
experience.
so surely that must be different.
Oh, we sat on the boat, and I was thoroughly depressed after.
It was mad. I mean, I don't want to bring the show down because I know it's Sunday morning. It should all be happy and cheery. But at the same time, when he was watching that sun, they were burning bodies.
Yeah, I watched that show. By the way, it's not, you know, it wasn't a crime. It was a
No,
few.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
people
yeah.
come from all over India. They
That's what
have
they
a
do, they
pilgrimage
cremate.
to take their their dead relative to there to cremate them. And
Yeah, he's looking at the sun coming up, and it's like, well, that's going on there. Why are you looking? I was fascinated by it, but you know, I suppose that's it, and it was like different things.
And what do you make of that thing of burning bodies?
Well, I mean, it's just what they do, isn't it? So you can't argue with it. I mean, I always accept that people do things different ways. I mean, this country does loads of things that you go, what are we doing that for? Yeah. I mean, we were talking about roundabouts before for 5 minutes.
What was interesting was the fact that they were you saying that you can get different heights of burning or different...
It was all to do with wood. Like, if you if you spend more money on this wood, it gets you to heaven quicker and all that. And things like that, I just think it's wrong, because people who are living there, they've hardly got any money, they're starving, yet they're worrying about the afterlife.
Yeah.
And it's like, just spend your money on something else whilst you're here.
Food.
Instead of getting ripped off. And it's that thing,
I suppose that's similar to coffins over here. What's the difference between cardboard? You kind of feel better
always says,
about...
stick us in a bin bag. Yeah. Honestly, he hates the fact that right to the end of your life, there's someone there with their hand out taking off you. Aren't they?
Is your dad just like you?
He is, but he's right.
I've heard.
He's right. He's definitely right.
Have you met his dad?
No, I haven't.
You should get your dad on the show.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Maybe should be in series 4. I still can't believe that you're not going to do another one, because there's got to be other ways of kind of looking at it. Because there must be somewhere that you've been on all 3 ships you think, I'd like to go back there.
Yeah, but it's just that thing. I understand, at the beginning, I didn't understand what it was all about, but it's about me being dropped in a situation that is so different from what I'm used to.
Yes.
But now, you know, I've been with loads of different tribes and stuff, and now it's just like, oh, there's another tribe. You know, it stops getting exciting for me, which is, you know, I'm lucky. I'm really lucky to have, you know, to have been able to do it all, but then let someone else have a go.
Have you seen Warwick's films?
I haven't. I'm not, again, not a diss to him, but I don't really. The last film I saw in the cinema was King Kong. So I'm not
the
a
original?
cinema goer. So, you know...
yeah, you've not seen anything I've been in, really, have you? I don't
Well, you're always covered up anyway. So
there's no point. Absolutely no point.
Honestly, I did not know. I mean, well...
No, I know you didn't know, and you stumbled across it a couple of times, didn't you? But no, it's fine. I'd watched your entire back catalogue before we started, so I knew.
Yeah, but
exactly.
travelling is getting to know someone.
That's a you problem. That's a you thing.
I knew.
That wasn't a requirement. You decided to do that on your own. Also, if he... Well, I'm thinking time-wise. But whatever.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
it's about travelling is getting to know someone.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to know anything about them. But I think there's too much money spent on films as well. That's the... You know, you mentioned then the amount of money there.
Yeah.
Ricky told me he's in the Muppet movie, and it costs more to sort of delete all the rods and stuff on the Muppets than it does to make it. Which is
Really?
balmy. It's when everyone knows, don't they? Everyone knows they're Muppets.
Yeah.
What?
So leave them in. But that's
Now,
true.
Carl, we'd like to introduce you to the wonderful world of Twitter. So
Was that a fact you got wrong again, Karl? Because that didn't make much sense. Everybody's face was like, what? That's not accurate.
we've got our Sunday Brunch Twitter, at Sunday Brunch C4, if you're interested. And we'd like you, if you don't mind, it's up to you, would you like to do your first ever tweet for
Why
us?
is this such a big deal?
I don't know, but people seem to love you. You're trending.
trending.
I think we should attach a photo of us holding a DVD or something.
Can you do that?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
easy.
that's
Oh my
the
God.
DVD, by the way.
Like Chris Martin? I think so. Chris Martin and extras say, can they have the Coldplay CD and the T-shirt and Coldplay and they're like, but it's starving children. Yeah, but they can be holding the CD.
Take a picture of it.
Which is
What are you going to write though? You've got to think something really
Oh, I'll do that.
interesting and
I'll
clever.
say.
But you've only got 140 characters.
Yeah, but I'll promote the DVD. That's what I'm here for. It's true, though, isn't it? I've been here for about an hour. You've had me cutting monkfish. That's what I'm here for. So, An Idiot Abroad, out now on DVD. And I've got a book out.
Simple. I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, I've never seen Stephen Merchant without hair. Without blonde hair. All right, that was them promoting that. I mean, it's anything Karl is just fun. And it's fun to see him bounce off other people and stuff. And it's fun to see how they formulate questions for Karl. And he's just pure Karlness. There's no getting around it. It's just the way he is. And I love it. And I love him for it. So there you go. Anyway, I am off, ladies and gentlemen. Fabulous people. I am I'm actually hungry, so I'm probably gonna eat something. So, you know, if you're about to eat, I hope whatever you're about to scarf down is delicious. And if not, your loss.